Okay, I think we can maybe start. Anyway, we will start with the introduction, so people have time to join during the introduction, and then we'll talk concretely about the great partnership we want to present today. So thank you again, everyone, for joining, and maybe it is still time to wish you a happy new year for 2021, because we are still in the month of January. So thank you very much for joining, and so today, to start our year of webinars, we wanted to share with you a new partnership that we are very happy to announce with the company PandaSuite, with the aim to create a new no-code platform for paper robots. So a new way to program and to give life to paper. To talk about and to present you this new partnership today, we have with us Aude and Benjamin from PandaSuite.
Hello.
Hello.
And we also have Clarisse, Clément, and me, Amaury, from SoftBank. Clément will be available here with us to answer the more technical question, while I'm more dedicated on the business side of paper and the education market for SoftBank. To give you a quick overview of the agenda of the day, we will very shortly introduce the concept of our robots in education. I think that most of you already know them, but it's still interesting to have a feedback and to some memories. And then we'll quickly go on talking about the partnership, the solution itself, and then to give you a tutorial to show you how it works and how simple it is. This will be the message today anyway. And then at the end, we will simply explain you how you can access to the tool, and to let you also, of course, ask all the questions that you might have, and we will be very happy to answer. This is the right place to do this. So to give, again, just a very short reminder about SoftBank Robotics. As you probably all know, we are the market leaders in humanoid robotics. We are the manufacturer of two robots, Nao, that you see on the small picture here, and Paper, that you see behind me. Today, the focus will be more on Paper. In fact, as you know, often we talk a lot about Nao in education, but Paper is also a very important robot for this market. To give numbers quickly, so we have sold more than 25,000 robots in the world, and of course, the academic market and the academic institutions are very important for us. We have already provided more than 6,000 units to academic institutions in more than 70 countries in the world, and we are very happy to partner with more than 150 different schools and universities on different research programs and simply topics of development. To give you a short feedback about our vision, and the question that we already often receive is, why did you choose to focus on humanoid robots while you can also, I mean, there are so many different kinds of robots. There are industrial arms, there are drones, well, lots of products can be listed as robots, but it is true that we have decided at SoftBank to focus on companion robots, because we know that nowadays a lot of people talk about this future that is announced like a dark future because of the technologies that will alienate us, that is a danger for humanity and things like that. And we really don't agree with this message. We really believe that technology can benefit us, can benefit humanity, and will help us to have a brighter future. And we also, of course, really believe that the world of tomorrow will be a very digitalized world, and those new ways of sharing information will emerge. And one of those new ways can be companion robot, like Paper and Nao. And this is why we work a lot with the education sector, because we want students to start apprehending those robots and get used to those robots from the youngest age. So from primary education, and of course, more specifically in higher education, in which we think that including Paper and Nao not only in technical topics, but also in all those digital marketing topics, behavioral research, or simply a new business approach to promote products is a great strategy and a great way to get students used to those new products of the future and those new very innovative products. What is the real power of a humanoid robot? The difference between a humanoid robot and any other product that is sharing information, like a screen, like a radio, like a TV, is that, of course, it has this humanoid shape. It has this very attractive face, those big eyes that makes you want to focus on him and listen to the message he is sharing. The fact that, of course, he has arms is also very important because it gives more expressivity and more value to the speech that the robot is sharing. And this is, it's really proven when we study how well a message is catched by someone that is just listening to a radio, and when it is someone that is fixing a robot in the eyes to listen to the same message. So this is a real strength. Which is the other point that is really important is that this shape gives the robot really a personality and creates a real empathy with people. So in fact, this is why we call the robot Paper and Nao as if it was a first name and not the paper or the Nao like if it was an object. The robots are really a companion of everybody's life, and this is very important. To go quickly more in details, I guess most of you know already what we are doing and how we are working with education and research, but it's good to have a reminder. Our robots are mostly, of course, used and still found as a development package because they are very powerful. They are a very powerful combination of sensors, of motors to combine them and to have them interact together. So it's very interesting for teachers and professors to have this combination in the same product, and of course in an affordable product also. This is our strategy, and this is very important for us. But the robots are not only development products, they are also research platforms. As we mentioned before, we have more than 150 research partnerships with different schools. We have we don't count the number of different papers that involve our robot for lots of different topics. This is very important, and we are very happy to also work with those schools to have to make our robot improve and to give them new functionalities. This is very important. And finally, we also work with many schools with the robot as an ambassador, because the robot is able to promote the key values of the school, also to help teachers in maybe all those project-based teaching that are the new ways of teaching of our years. So really to include different topics such as mathematics or business marketing, but all in the same topic, in the same project. This is the new approach, and we are very happy to take part of this approach with our robot. To do this, and just to remind you quickly about the capabilities of Paper. Paper is really a combination of different sensors and different screens and devices. So Paper, of course, has microphone. He also has speakers. He has a tablet. He has wheels. And so all those parts of the robot are all designed in the same aim to have the robot interacting with people and providing information. And this is the most important. So the microphones are really calculated to listen to people's voice. The cameras of the robot are designed to track the face of people so that he can find the face and exchange with this person. And this is really the idea, to have the robot as a new way to share and to spread information through the world. To create content for Paper, we have different tools. You probably know most of them, maybe not all of them. So our most famous tools that you may know is Choreograph. Choreograph is a tool that helped us to program on Paper with Python. And the idea of Choreograph was to be very simple, because it is a possibility to have a different group of boxes performing different action. And the fact of combining those boxes let programmers or let users simply to give life to Paper in an easy way, in an interactive way, and without needing coding skills. So this was very interesting. But you probably know that since our latest version of Paper, the Android version of Paper, the only way to program Paper was now to use Android Studio. Android Studio is a great tool. It is a standard to program Android application. Our plugin is very efficient and allows you to create a lot of different content and to make Paper do a lot of different things. But the limitation that we had until today was that the use of this Android Paper was only limited to programmers. A person that had no idea about how to program the robot couldn't really use it and couldn't really integrate the robots in their program. And this is why today we have, we have started to work with PandaSuite for a while, but we are happy to announce and to share with you this new tool, this new way to program this Android version of Paper, thanks to PandaSuite. So I will let Aude talking about her tool, because she will present it way better than me.
Thank you, Amaury. My name is Aude. I'm part of PandaSuite team, and I'm really happy today to present PandaSuite, our no-code tool, and to present this partnership with SoftBank Robotics. So let me now introduce PandaSuite to you. So basically, PandaSuite is an interactive no-code platform. So basically, you can build apps and interactive presentation without any technical skills. The idea is really for you to bring your ideas to life on any kind of device. At first, when we started to work on PandaSuite, we were really interested in the iPad device because it gave us a lot of flexibility and a lot of powerful ways to engage with people. And the idea was really to give a lot of flexibility for people that, even if they are not programmers, to be able to create interaction, to bring customization, and also to interact with people in a very different way. Now with PandaSuite, you can really build interactive content apps for any kind of device, such as Paper Robots. What we could do when you're working on a no-code tool, you can basically just focus on providing some templates and giving some much limitation in the way that you can customize and create apps, or you can focus on the freedom of creation. And that was our first point. We really wanted to, even if you are not a developer, to be able to create any kind of interactive experiences, such as bringing your content to life. So I will go more in detail just after to explain you how. But the first point for you to better understand PandaSuite is really the freedom of creation and the customization you can have within your apps. The second point is really based on the deployment solution, because you create once, you create and you build visually, and we will explain you how. And then you can export your app in many different formats, such as Android for the Paper Robot. So PandaSuite was built and released a few years ago, and now we are really happy to have 18,000 and more users around the world. And among our clients, we have like large corporations, we have schools and education actors, museums, a lot of really different actors, and we are really happy about that. On the next slide, you will see some example of what you can build with PandaSuite. Because basically, as you have like great flexibility and great freedom of creation, you can really create a lot of different kind of projects. So when we are working with museum, you can create like some kind of cultural heritage and museum apps. When we are working with school and educational actors such as you can build really educational interactive support and improve digital learning. We are also working with a lot of corporation that basically wants to like convert the way they are working and the previous documentation they had, because they're still working a lot with PowerPoint and brochure, and with digital transformation and the impact on the world we know today. Digital transformation has been a major change in the organization, and a lot of people are trying to find new ways of interacting and engaging people. So here is a brief overview of what you can explore, and you can find also a lot more on our website. The idea now is maybe to focus a bit more on how it works and how you build those apps. So first of all, you have a look on the left side of the screen. You will see PandaSuite Studio, which is our visual no-code interactive platform. So basically, you just add your content. So you import your icons, your visual elements, anything that's going to be needed for you to bring your interface to life. Then you've got a lot of components, which can be like visual components, such as, I don't know, drag and drop, pop-up, scrolling area, any kind of interactive feature you would like to use within some kind of interactive screens. And you can also like integrate and connect with some non-graphical sensors, such as like microphone, image recognition, and go really one step further. You can also connect to dynamic data and connect to APIs. What's really interesting is that we are also opening our set of components, also like for developer, as you can create your custom components. If you have technical skills, we have an open JavaScript and React Native library, which is Panda Bridge, and is really open for you like to build your own components and to make them interact in the studio, such as the other components. So a lot of technical people are also using our tool to gain time on front-end interface and to bring some like custom feature within their apps and really easily and to save a lot of time. What's good to know is that you are working on the studio itself, on PandaSuite Studio, on the computer, but you can test directly on the Paper robot and also on the mobile devices using our PandaSuite Viewer application. Then, when it's done, when your project is okay, when you want to release it, you can publish and export as a web or native application for any kind of device. Then, when it's deployed, you can like send instant and unlimited updates and also add the analytics tool to get data on user behavior. So I guess now we are going to focus a bit more on the PaperChat component itself. So the PaperChat component is a component that has been developed during this partnership with SoftBank Robotics. And the idea of the PaperChat component is really for you to connect to Paper Robot. So basically, you can trigger events. You can also create actions that are based on Paper behavior. So for example, you can like make Paper speak, start an animation, make him say something. You can also connect and synchronize with all the PandaSuite components. So I guess you have a lot of questions, and maybe the idea will be to give you a little demonstration of what you can do. So let's have a look at a concrete example and see how we can help potential buyers find the best sound speaker according to their needs.
I will simply let Benjamin show this video because his computer works better than mine, so it will be better for the feedback of the video. So sorry for the very short transition.
Hello, Pepper.
Hello, I'm Pepper. I can help you find the perfect Bluetooth speaker. First, what's your budget? It can be around 20, 50 or 100 euros.
50 euros.
Sure. Do you prefer a better sound quality or a louder speaker?
A better sound quality.
Okay. Do you need it to be waterproof?
Yes.
Okay. So I think the best for you would be the UE Boom 3. It has an awesome and powerful sound with a rugged design. Plus, it is waterproof.
Thank you, Pepper. Let's have a look at how we created this buying assistant for Paper Robot. First of all, let's open PandaSuite Studio, your visual interface to create apps and interactive presentation without any coding. Just create a project and add all your visual elements that will be required within your screens. This is really easy. You just need to drag and drop your elements directly in the screen and to design your screen exactly as you want. If you want to go one step further and to add interactive effects, you'll get access to PandaSuite components. There are some visual components such as pop-up, drag and drop, video player or scrolling area. And there are also non-graphical components such as image recognition, GPS or authentication. All those components are really easy to use. You just need to import your content and to play with interactive effects that are provided. In this list of components, you'll get access to PaperChat, which is a component for you to trigger events and to create action based on PaperRobot. What I suggest is we have a look and we create some action on PaperRobot. For this first example, let's trigger an animation on PaperRobot just by clicking on this element, this visual element in the middle of the screen. First of all, let's choose this element. Let's create an action. And for that, I'm going to interact with my component, which is placed in the foreground. When selecting the PaperChat component, I'll get access to all the actions that are related to PaperRobot. I can trigger marker, make Paper say something, set a variable, start or stop PaperChat, and also start a QE animation. For this animation, you have a predefined set of animation that you can use based on PaperRobot. For this one, and for this demo, I just choose the funny, and not the furious, the funny animation that you can choose. I just validate, and I can try it already on the PaperRobot. Click Save and open PandaSuite Viewer directly on Paper tablets. Now let's see how to create more advanced action to create a real human interaction between the paper and the user. So first of all, I would like to start PaperChat by clicking on this button. I just click on this button and I choose to interact with the PaperChat component, select the chat and choose the Start Create Chats action. Then, what I want to do is that while the PaperRobot is speaking, I want to display the right screen according to what Paper is talking about. So first of all, I've created two states, one that is based on the budget and the other one which is based on the quality, showing the different options that the user has. So the idea will be for me to display the right state when Paper is talking about budget or is talking about quality. To do that, I'm going to need a topic file, which is a file that will be used in PandaSuite to trigger action based on the dialogue. Let's have a look at the topic file that were used for this demonstration. When I open this file, I can see all the dialogue of Paper and also some bookmarks that are start, budget, quality, waterproof and recommend that will be used directly in PandaSuite Studio to create action or to trigger events. If I go back to the studio and to the PaperChat component, if I double click on the PaperChat component, I get direct access to all these bookmarks. I can trigger action and create events based on those bookmarks. To do that, I just select the component and I get access in the action window to all the events that are related. So if I want, for example, when Paper is talking about budget to display the right screen, I choose the event budget bookmark and then I choose the change screen state to go to the budget state. I can do the same by adding another trigger based on quality bookmark to go to state quality and to show the right information to the user. Just like before, I can validate, I can save my project and go test directly on PaperRobot.
Hello, I'm Pepper. I can help you find the perfect Bluetooth speaker. First, what's your budget? It can be around 20, 50 or 100 euros.
50.
Sure. Do you prefer a better sound quality or a louder speaker?
better sound quality.
Okay. Do you need it to be waterproof?
I hope this demo was useful for you to understand how to create no-code apps for PaperRobot. As you are using the PaperChat component, you can use any other component of PandaSuite Studio and synchronize them together to bring all kinds of crazy ideas to life. To go further, please note that there are many resources to guide you through in PandaSuite Help Center, but also in SoftBank Robotics Developer Portal. Yes, so I hope this video and this demo was useful for you. The idea was really to explain you and so that you show and you understand in real condition of use how the PandaSuite Studio is working and how you can try it directly on the PaperRobot using PandaSuite Viewer. So as you've seen, this is really easy to build no-code apps for the robot. On the first part of the video, you've seen how you can create and trigger action on the PaperRobot directly from the interface. And on the second part of the video and on the demo, it was much more focused on interacting with PaperRobot using a topic file and setting some bookmarks within the dialogue, so it's much more advanced. So as you can see, there are a lot of things that you can do using the PaperChat component within PandaSuite Studio. And the idea is like for non-coding to coding people to be able like to create any kind of interactive experiences using the robot. So if you have also some technical skills, you can go one step further. And as I previously mentioned, you can create really custom component, adding your own coding to interact more specifically with the PaperRobot. So you've got a lot of resources to guide you through. Here are some examples of articles and tutorials that you will find as well in PandaSuite Help Center and also in SoftBank Robotics Developer Platform. Please note that the PandaSuite team is also here to answer all the questions you might have using PandaSuite Studio. There is a little chat at the bottom right of the screen, so you can act and interact with us directly. So how to get started and how it works. So first of all, what you should know is that you can start for free. So what can you do for free is really to create an account on pandasuite.com. You get access to PandaSuite Studio. You get access to a PaperChat component. And you can really build your app and try it already on the PaperRobot by downloading a PandaSuite Viewer application on the robot itself. So it's great for you to explore and to experiment your application. Then we've got a pro account, which is basically for you to get access to all the studio feature and to have access to extra and premium component and also to some advanced project management feature. So this account is 299 euros per user per year. But please note that we offer a discount for education, and this account is only 19 euros per user per year. So this is good for you to build your apps and to build your project within PandaSuite Studio. If you want to go one step further and if you want to export and publish your own white label application for PaperRobot, you can do it by subscribing to one of our publishing plans. So the official price is 919 euros per app per year, but as well, we offer some discount for education, and we will be happy to help your project bring to life by offering some discount. So it's minus 50% for your publishing license. So basically, what you can do is you have a lot of resources online. You can get started today and directly using a free account on pandasuite.com.
Thank you very much, Aude, for this presentation. Simply to complete in a few words, so as Aude explained very well, PandaSuite is really designed for beginners and for non-programmers to create this kind of content, and this is why there is a lot of tutorials and a lot of documentation available to help you and to guide you through the tool and to make the experience easy for you. All the parts more related to paper will be also available on our website. It is already available on our Developer Center website, but what I wanted to add is that a new version of the page will be also available very soon, in which we will include also the tutorial videos like the one that you have seen today and on other topics, so that we can also really guide you on the use of paper from your side. So this was a good point. After this presentation, I just wanted to start a conclusion by telling you and sharing with us our thoughts. When we have seen this PandaSuite tool and this potential, we have directly been thinking of different personas, different people that are using already the paper robot and that could be very interested by this PaperChat component. So maybe you will feel concerned thanks to those ideas, and of course other people can use the tool. It is also possible. It's not a limited list, but it's just to give you ideas. So, for example, at first sight, I've directly been, of course, thinking about teachers and students in a classroom that are not necessarily programmers and that want to create content for paper very quickly, very efficiently. For me, for my mind, I've been thinking of this teacher that usually uses paper to do presentation about some notion in his lectures. This time he will be able to adapt this content between each lectures in a very efficient way, while with just moving some text boxes, just adding maybe 1 or 2 buttons, changing the images, and the presentation of the robot will be changed very, very efficiently. So this is a great first point. There is also, of course, the students that want to do a presentation of their project, to use paper inside of a more global project, and that will be able to create content very quickly. We also can think about, so those people are maybe the non-coders, even if it's not only the coders can also be interested. But if we go also to developers, we can think that even if they intend to do very complex applications for paper in a second time, they can start by making the first sketch using PandaSuite and making really the prototype to showcase their idea and to showcase how paper can be useful in their idea by creating creating an application with PandaSuite. So it can be very interesting. And finally, you have seen in the video, you have seen in the visuals shared by Aude earlier that the design possibilities with PandaSuite are really huge. You can render very, very good design and very good promotional design thanks to this tool. So of course, all the designers that want to do more artistic presentation, really well-designed presentation, and use the design of paper can also use PandaSuite to give on the application a very good design also, and to render also new ideas that they might have very, very quickly. The last point that I would like to add before concluding is that, of course, we are, as always, very close to all the academic ecosystem, and we really want to, I would be very glad to also, once you have tested the tool, collect your feedback and discuss with you about if there are points on which you would need improvement. Of course, we will feel free to contact us, feel free to share your feedback with us, and we will figure out how we can also improve the tools in case it is needed, and or simply help you to use the tool if you have any question. So I think we can go to the next slide and simply say thank you. Share with you all our email addresses if you desire to contact us, and maybe start to answer the question, except if Aude or Benjamin or Clement, you want to add anything else before.
No, this is pretty clear. So thank you, Amaury. The idea is really, we are here if you have any questions. The idea is also to make it interactive. So while during this webinar, we can discuss and see any kind of question you might have on the component or its possibility. And also after this webinar, you've got our email address. So feel free to contact us, and we will be very happy to discuss with you about your project.
Well, I am very happy to see that it really seems that the tool and the presentation has interested you, because we have a huge amount of questions. we will try to answer most of them. We will try to do our best in the limit of the time. We still have some time, so we will try to answer as many questions as we can. So the first question that we can answer was, what version of Paper does it work on? So to be, yes, quick to answer quickly, this PandaSuite is only compatible with the Android, so Naoki version of Naoki, so the 2.9 version of Naoki. It is designed to create Android applications. So this is why it is not compatible with the Python version and only with the Android version of Paper. So yes, this also answers the second question. That was the same. So the question then was, are there more components available than PaperChat? I think that Aude, you can answer this one.
Yes, I spoke a bit about that. We pretty much focused on the PaperChat component, but basically the components are the cornerstone of your creation within PandaSuite. So you're going to import your design elements, but the components are here basically for you to build interactive effects. So you have like graphical effects. So if you want to make some interaction within your screen, I was talking about pop-up, scrolling, I don't know, animation, video player. So we have a huge list of components and that are first located and mainly based on the visual aspect and the interaction you can have between a screen and yourself. We have also some non-graphical components. So basically, they are here for you to interact with the sensor of the device. So you can play with the motion, with the microphone, image recognition, GPS, Bluetooth, there are a lot. And as we were talking about a lot of customization in the introduction for you to build any kind of interactive experiences, the idea for us is to help you go as far as you want to go, and if you want to explore new kind of interaction, as the Paper robot is providing, the idea is to help you do it. And we have a last part of component which are much more oriented on the dynamic data that you can use. So you can add some input, you can add some collections that are from internal database or external database. So this is not just visual, you can also integrate and add some kind of data integration within your application. So basically, you've got a lot of components to explore, and I hope you will do. And if you want to extend this possibility, you can also like create your own and add custom coding as well.
Thank you very much for the answer. To continue with the question, so a question was about the topic files that are added to Paper. The question was, are the topic file added separately? So yes, indeed, the topics files are to be added separately and created apart. So far, what is important and what we can share with you is that very soon in the next version of the article on the Developer Center, we'll share you way better guidelines about how to create these files with probably a template that we are sharing also to which is pre-filled, in fact, to help you create this topic file and be very efficient on this. And yes, then you add it separately in the tool, and it is synchronized with your tool, so you can use the bookmarks as you have seen in the video to synchronize with the screen part of the tool. So the next question was, is this PandaSuite free? So I think now we have answered already this question. Just feel free to ask to add if you want more details about the offer, or I think you can also ask Aude, contact Aude later if you want really to. And I think on the website also of PandaSuite, you will understand very well what is available at every price. But yes, you can start programming on Paper with PandaSuite for free for your first project. This is possible to try the tool. How can we get started? Maybe this is an answer that we answered already a bit, but simply I would say go on PandaSuite website and download the studio part, the studio tool. And you can go also on our Developer Center website to have this article about the synchronization with Paper, on which you will have all the guidelines to use PandaSuite for Paper.
Yeah, and to add as well, Amaury, you download the studio on the computer and you download PandaSuite Viewer on paper, so you get ready, you've got everything to set and to try your project in live. But if you don't have paper right now just behind you, you can also test directly within the studio. So both options are available. All those information are available in PandaSuite Help Center and in SoftBank Robotics Developer Portal.
So another question which can be asked is it like a kind of CMS platform by SoftBank to make developers work easy? So here is it's a different topic. We wouldn't say that it is a CMS because for us, you know, well, probably you are not all aware, but we have several partners that are providing CMS, so content management platform, but that are really specialized in robotics. So their application that they provide is really, in fact, they are designed to use the robots very efficiently in a whole day process. On a whole robotic global development, in which they take care to all those robotics topics that are, for example, using the emotional capabilities of the robots, using the deep robotic functionality of paper, using the navigation functionalities of the robot, also maybe the possibility also to create new animation. The idea with PandaSuite is not to go until this so much advanced robotic use of the robot, but really simply the possibility to create easy first application very efficiently, very quickly, and for everyone. So it is not a CMS like the ones that our partners are also providing, but more a tool that we think fitting better for the academic customers or academic users that don't need all the very advanced robotic features of paper, but that want to give life to paper, simply make paper talk, make paper have a dialogue in different situations, change the content of the tablet of paper in a very efficient way. Then, so
yes, and maybe to conclude this part, PandaSuite is really focusing on the user experience part. So basically, this is really there is a lot of customization you add, and the idea is for you to create great user experiences. So such as on paper robot, but it can be on any kind of device. So we really focused on our tool on creating this kind of engagement and really to provide a great and engaging interfaces.
Yes, thank you. So then another question was, can the different components be activated by touch on the display? So yes, of course you can either activate the component by touch or by voice through the dialogues. So that's the two ways of interacting with paper. But yes, of course, it is possible as on every tablet application or more basic tablet applications. Then another question, is this application available for now? So no, but no, yes, this application is for paper, simply because paper has this Android tablet and is programmed with this Android software that now doesn't have. So far, maybe one day, who knows? But so far, this tool is only for paper. So there are some questions that are more not directly related to the webinar. So maybe I don't know if it's if we can well, maybe it's better that we answer them apart. I've seen some questions about the Python 3 support of Naoki. So those are more complex questions that we can discuss. Our teams are still studying it. We don't have a release date. I have seen also a question about the sorry, I am up. I am yeah, well, so those questions that are not directly, yes, somebody was asking how to log in on paper and things like that. Feel free to contact us or support teams apart, and we are always available to answer them. I'm trying to find new school. Ah, yes. What is the upload time between PandaSuite and paper when you need to preview your code? So I think I will let Aude, Benjamin, or Clement answer this question.
Yes, you've seen it through the demo, so it was in the video itself. You've seen, well, it was quite short. I can imagine it was not really easy for you maybe to catch it, but you are in the studio, you click save, and at the same time on the paper tablet there is a banner, that is a blue banner that is appearing saying, okay, an update is available. And you just click this banner and there is the new version that is right now. So you just need an internet connection to get the latest version, but it's instant and you can try it like directly.
Wonderful, thank you. Another point that was very interesting and a very good sign for us is to see that the demo application that you have seen has been entirely designed by the PandaSuite team that had no idea of paper before few months, and they directly started with the tool designing application without really knowing the robot. And this was a very good sign for us to show that you don't need any specific robotic knowledge to create application for the robot. So this is why also we are very happy to share this tool, because we really see the power of how to promote and to create content for paper thanks to this tool without being specifically a robotic developer. We have another question, which is very nice about the question is, what level of classroom can use PandaSuite for paper? I teach in middle school, and would the pupils be able to use it? I don't know, yes, Aude, what you think about it?
I would answer maybe more globally on the use of a device and interacting, and I don't know if it was last year or the year before, we worked with really small kids, and they were like around 8 years old, and they created some apps. So it was not based on paper robot, but it was an app just on classical tablet. And it was really interesting to see how they can really imagine and create interaction and want to play, and have already this kind of feeling for this kind of technology. It's quite impressive. So they required a bit of help, like to upload and to design everything properly. But this was their drawing, so they create everything. So created little stories, and it was really, really cute. So I guess with paper, what is really nice is that there is this human interaction, and it expands the field of opportunity, like to create new kind of stories and new kind of interaction between the children and the robot.
Thank you for this feedback. This is a great feedback, and I think, yes, it is the same. It is maybe a new way. We know that programming paper is also complex, often for middle school. So thanks to PandaSuite, it probably opens doors. Maybe you will have to guide, of course, your pupils more or less, but it is probably a new way to have them also to help them create content for paper. And we know how much pupils are happy to give life to robots. So this is great. To continue in the question, a good question also is, can PandaSuite be connected with chatbot systems such as Dialogflow? So is this part of the additional components that are available on PandaSuite?
Yeah, there are some integrations that are available. You can use some external APIs, and we are actually working on this subject, on this part of our feature, to make it still easier and always to expand PandaSuite, because what PandaSuite is really good at is like bringing great interfaces to life, and then for you to connect any kind of services. And if you need a chatbot, you can connect it. If you need this kind of services, this kind of feature. So we opened up PandaSuite to make it easier for you to do it, and we will still work on it in the following months.
Yes, and this is great. I think an important message also to highlight is that, of course, PandaSuite is dedicated to beginners and people that have not necessarily coding knowledge, but also developers that want to do complex application can completely use PandaSuite to achieve them in a maybe more efficient way. So PandaSuite is also dedicated to them, and this webinar is also for them. This is important to share. There was a question that I don't know if you want to answer here, but I wanted to detail a bit more about your policy about the publishing. What does it mean to publish an application? What can be done without publishing or with publishing? I don't know if you want to give few words on this topic.
Yes, there is a difference between when you are creating with PandaSuite. So what you build is what we call project. So this project, you are still in PandaSuite environment. So you are building it using PandaSuite Studio. You are viewing it on PandaSuite Viewer on the tablet. So they are still project because they are within PandaSuite environment and under PandaSuite branding. What we call publishing is like when we export your application and we publish it and it becomes white label, so there is no branding at all. And then you can basically do whatever you want with this content. So you can publish as a web app, you can create an iOS app or an app for Android as we were talking about. And this app is with your own icon and you can install it directly on the device. For some kind of project, you can publish it to the App Store under your developer account if you want to, or you can just get the download link and to send it directly to the users so they can install it on the tablet and have directly access to the app. So basically publishing is really like exporting your app and then deploying it everywhere you want on any kind of devices. And it includes like services such as updates, analytics. You can connect to analytics tool to get data on user behavior. You can also, for some kind of device, and push notifications. So here are all the features that are really related to the publishing part.
Thank you, Aude. Another question was if there will be some a version of PandaSuite available for the Python version of Paper. So I think we already answered it before that this tool is really dedicated to Android user, and so we don't plan to use to adapt the tool for the Python version of Paper. But what we can share is that this partnership with PandaSuite goes into our strategy of trying to move and trying to make this latest Android version, which is the most advanced OS version of Paper, available for everyone and for every school. And so so providing this tool, we think that we opened a new way of using the robot easily this kind of users. But we are also very interested if you are working in the sector and you need some new other features for the Android on the Android version of Paper to be able to move to this version. We are happy to collect your feedback. And what I wanted to say, of course, is if you have a Python version of Paper, you can already ask and contact us to get an upgrade of the robot to this Android version. This is possible by contacting our customer care. A question that we have also from Pierre Vu that said thank you for the great presentation. So thank you, Pierre. You were asking how can we get the Paper robots, and if it is only available by purchase or if you can also rent it. It is indeed, so to get a Paper robot, simply contact me. I will be very happy to get in touch with you. It is possible to, of course, to purchase it, but you can also rent it. We have a rental offer. So for more details, I think we can discuss it later. But yeah, both possibilities are available. Another question was interesting, a bit tricky. The question was, can we access low-level sensors of the robot using PandaSuite? The only sensor that we can access is the camera for example, QR code reading application. It is possible to be done with PandaSuite, but the access of the other sensors is not possible. This is, it's part of our security and stability strategy for Paper that goes with our latest Android release, on which we try to limit the Paper to a usage that we want to do from Paper. So this is exactly the idea with PandaSuite. We want Paper to give a presentation so you will not need access to the sensors to do this, but you will be able to do it very easily with the tool, and this is exactly our approach. But you will not be able to access the exact value of each lasers and things like that. This is still only for the older Python version of Paper. I don't know if we have other questions. Some questions that are a bit out of the scope, like how can you see the paper version, the version of paper you have, how you can extend the languages. All those questions, I suggest that you contact the support. I've seen that Jonathan shared the link to a support team in the chat. So yes, feel free to contact, and we'll be very happy to answer you. Also for the ROS support, ROS cannot be used with PandaSuite. Sorry, I've seen the question, but yes, the ROS version is only for the Python version of paper, so it is not related to PandaSuite. As there someone asked already a more technical question, but that can be answered. Are events available like the people perception? And yes, I think yes. Odd confirms the people perception can be triggered in PandaSuite. So it means that when paper detects a face, he starts the application. This you can use this kind of event also in the tool. So it is already quite powerful in the approach of and the usage of the robot.
Yes, it wasn't seen in the demo itself because we choose like to have a button to trigger a paper robot, but you can totally trigger automatically and using human recognition by paper.
So one question is it possible to publish app created using PandaSuite on several paper robots? I guess that it is possible, yes?
Yes, totally.
There is no specific limitation. One question is more complex, so sorry, I'm trying to read it a bit longer than the others. Do you see a conflict between the education institutes that the main aim is adopting paper for research and development and learning instead of making it easy to build applications? So I think this is a more global point on our strategy with education, but we have both approach. Of course, we are still working with the educational institutes that want to do deep research on paper. And as I said, it is very important for us because this collaboration with your institution that help us improve our robots as well. So of course, we keep supporting this point of working with paper. But on the other hand, we also want to make paper available for teachers that want to use paper as a tool in their classroom, as a teaching tool, and we are sure that of the value of paper in those classes and in these lectures. So this is also for these teachers that we want to make tools such as PandaSuite components available. I think we are almost there. Well, now that I say we are almost there, some questions are adding, of course, yes, I think we are anyway a bit out of the time. So I will maybe pick one or two last questions. If you have any additional question, just contact either us or Aude and PandaSuite team, and we can also answer, of course. We could use PandaSuite during a challenge in the final, surprise challenge in the final of Now Challenge Italy. So yes, this is a good idea. Thank you, Andrea, for this concept. But yeah, I think also PandaSuite opened another perspective for younger schools and an approach that we want to do with schools that is very important, which is competitions. We know that robotic competition is a great way to promote robotic into education. So if we have these tools that lets pupils and students have creativity and express their creativity through the robot, it is a great idea, and we can totally consider, and I think PandaSuite can be a great bridge to bringing paper to competition, while we know that until now the competition was more concerning now than paper. I think that's yes, that's more or less all. Maybe one last question, which is a bit technical for the lovers of coding. The question was, with what language is the PandaSuite code, the PandaSuite suits coded with? Is it Python? Well, no. In fact, the PandaSuite suite is deployed on paper in what language? Python, JavaScript, other. So if you want to answer just this.
Yes, please note that when you are creating your project and when you are deploying it, it's in native language. So for Paper, it's going to be native Android version. So if it was an iPad, it would be iOS version. So you build once and then you release in the native formats of the device. So here it's native Android.
Wonderful. So to conclude, I just want to say thank you. Thank you, everyone. I am glad to see that this presentation has been interesting because you have been staying for 30 minutes of question and answer. So it shows that you have a real interest in this tool, and I'm very, very happy. Thank you very much for joining today. I thank you very much, of course, Aude and Benjamin for sharing your tool and for this partnership. We are very happy to work with you.
We are also very happy. So thank you for having this opportunity and to organize this webinar. This was really interesting to share with you all.
And if anyway you have more questions, as I said, feel free to contact us. I'm looking forward to get in touch with you for more exchange. Have a great day, and thank you again for joining.
Have a great day.